or black music or black inspired when for the whole time you had people doing the same thing when it was rock music or whatever. That's all I'm saying. So how y'all gonna be mad? How y'all gonna be mad at Kendrick Lamar or feel some type of way when he did something that is culturally appropriate for black people? All right, man. Torture Talk after hours. Keep this thing going, man. I think I figured something out, but I'm gonna keep this going. All right, so look, today's episode, we're gonna be talking about all the things that everybody said about the Super Bowl halftime show, and Punch TDE has responded to everybody. Before we get into that, I gotta give my legendary spiel. This is Torture Talk. Nah, this ain't Torture Talk. Got y'all. This is after hours. So look, all you have to do is hit the like button, share, and subscribe. So let's get it, man. Let's go.
This is going to be a never-ending conversation, you guys. There's a reason why this Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show was the most viewed halftime show ever. It was a performance that has everybody feeling some kind of way. Some people loved it, some people hated it, some people are stuck in between. But no matter which way you lean, we're now 4 days past the Super Bowl, and people are still talking about it and criticizing it. Now, don't get it twisted. That's actually a really good thing. Music is art, and art is meant to be criticized. Now, there's a lot of people speaking out about the set list that Kendrick Lamar performed. Some people feel like Kendrick Lamar should have just performed all his hit songs that everybody knows. The set list...
Now, I'm going to say this, right? So here's the set list. So let's go through all the hits. All right. So Bodies, that's an incomplete song, so we can't use this, right? Can't use that. Squabble Up is a hit. Humble's a hit. DNA is a hit. Euphoria is a hit. Man at the Garden, that's a record joint. That's not a hit. Peekaboo, hit. Luther, hit. All the Stars, hit. Not Like Us, hit. TV Off, hit. So I would say only one of these joints, I would say, is not a hit because basically it hasn't been presented as a hit, or it hasn't been out on the charts as a hit. This would be this and Peekaboo. So let's just say two. Let's say two. All the rest of these joints are hits. Let's say 1, 2, 3. 3 joints on here wasn't hits, but the rest of them are, right? 4 in a row. And then you got Squabble Up hit, Luther hit, Humble hit, DNA hit, Euphoria hit. Right? So I don't understand what people are talking about when they talk about he should have performed his hits. He really only did 2 songs that wasn't hits. Right? It's right there in your face, right there. You know what it is? Most people didn't know these songs, right? They didn't know Euphoria. They didn't know, when I say Euphoria, I'm sorry. They didn't know Man in the Garden. They didn't know people, but, and Luther and all these. But here's the thing. He wasn't performing for those people. He wasn't. Not at all. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all are looking for validation. Y'all want the crowd to be hyped. For what? So what happens if the crowd was hyped? And you can say, oh, he sold out. All these white people know what his songs is. No matter what he would have did, everybody would still have something to say.
It's been the main topic of conversation 4 days after the Super Bowl is done. It's gotten so bad that people are now actually debating about the crowd noises during the performance. You got a lot of people saying, hey, look, the crowd was dead while Kendrick Lamar was performing.
Kendrick Lamar came out. Words.
So run that back a little bit. Let's go.
Out. Word to my mother. If anybody was there, y'all knew it was. Y'all knew it. Y'all felt it. Crowd was making no noise. This is me being honest. I was there. The loudest times that they made, the loudest time that the crowds did was, I think, him being shown for the first time, SZA, Samuel Jackson being shown for the first time, and then They Not Like Us. Now, I honestly feel like some of the songs he should have switched out for more. You feel me? For like another song or some shit. Like there's some songs on there that I was like, damn, he could have switched that out for like this. This would have been fire here. This would have fire been there, right? But one thing I will say though, although the vibes was not good, crowd was not good. I don't even think like, bro, they were just not fucking with the performance. Like up until they not like us. But what I will say is the symbolism behind that performance was top tier.
Meanwhile, there's other people who were actually there at the Super Bowl show that's saying otherwise.
That's nuts.
Now
That's crazy. Yo. Yo, if you got, let me say something to you, man. Drake, if you got the whole, I'm talking like the whole white America saying A minor, bro, at the Super Bowl, and they recording on their phones, yeah, bro. You can pack it up, bro. You could pack it up. Pack it up, bro.
all the way real for a second here. The underlying layer behind all these criticisms from people is only to determine if Kendrick Lamar is hot globally or not. We know Drake is a global icon, so now people want to use the Super Bowl performance as a metric to determine if Kendrick Lamar is on the same level. Now, a lot of hip-hop personalities spoke out against the set list. You had people like Joe Budden, Maul, Charlemagne, DJ Academics, and even though he's not in hip-hop, Andrew Schulz also spoke out against it as well. Most of these guys all loved the performance by Kendrick at the Super Bowl, but they all felt like the set list could have been a little bit better. Here's what they said.
I mean, again, I think a lot of these people wanted him to perform his hits, but what I would say is Kendrick Lamar has multiple hits, and some of these people want him to perform the hits that they want him to perform, not because it's just the hits that they think like, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, he should have did this, he should have did that, he should have did this, he should have did that, but it was still the most watched Super Bowl of all time. So even if he did do it, did it differently in the way y'all didn't want him to do it, he still succeeded. You know what I'm saying? So whether people say, oh, they was only showing up because they wanted to hear Not Like Us, still in all, people watched it. And that just goes to show you how big that record is. You know what I'm saying?
To expect extravagant performance.
For Super Bowl, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but nah, he take that, America.
It's an interesting take from you. Interesting take from you.
Say more.
The last part. I'm shocked he said the last part.
Why?
Because he was boycotting. So to now view it through the lens of what a Super Bowl performance traditionally is. And why do we view it that way? Because of the stage. And why is that stage that stage? Because of the...
And I get exactly what Joanna was saying when Lamont said that. Because I know who Lamont Hill is. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't seen Lamont Hill debate Candace Owens, please watch that. That's all I'm going to tell y'all. Go watch that debate. Anyway, Lamont Hill, I like some of his takes. Sometimes I don't like some of his takes. But I understand what Joe and I'm saying. That is a very interesting take from you to say that he's basically supposed to conform to white America, but that's everything you stand against. Maybe it's different when it comes to the Super Bowl. Maybe people change their mind when it comes to the big game.
Viewership. Yeah, but who is the viewership?
Is it the people at the stadium or is it the people watching?
You know who the viewership is when you talk about that stage.
Yeah.
So I'm with Flip. I'm with Flip.
Yeah.
Take this hip hop.
Yeah, take that. Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, listen. Hey, y'all internet, y'all.
Real quick. Sorry, Joe.
Get in your bag.
It's like what Kanye did when he went for the relief. Remember when Kanye did on MTV? George Bush don't like black people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's even though that was crazy, but we didn't expect him to use the opportunity to say that. Mm-hmm. If you understand, like
But see, this is what makes me mad, right? This is the shit that pisses me off, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Everybody was saying how Colin Kaepernick took a knee was the greatest thing ever, right? We was all talking about how Colin Kaepernick, he did this for black people. He took a knee. He stood against the NFL. I can't believe this. He was the guy. Now that Kendrick Lamar does a performance, basically in the same vein. It ain't exactly the same, but it's in the same vein as what Colin Kaepernick was doing, protesting against police brutality and whatever. He was bringing awareness to whatever, right? Now you're sitting here telling me that Kendrick Lamar couldn't do something that's similar to this? Is that what y'all saying? Like, this is what I mean by a lot of y'all hypocrites. Let me look in the camera. This is what I mean by a lot of y'all fucking hypocrites, right? Y'all was all with Colin Kaepernick when he did that, when he protested, right? But now all of a sudden, Kendrick Lamar does something at the biggest stage, and he used the opportunity to bring awareness to whatever. You know what I'm saying? To bring awareness to whatever he wanted to bring awareness to. Whether you want to say he wanted to bring awareness to things that happen in the inner cities, whatever you want to say, right? But he made it entertaining. For y'all to sit here and say that that's not in the same vein and y'all support Colin Kaepernick, but then y'all don't support this, y'all a bunch of fucking hypocrites. That's all I got to say. But yeah, let's keep it going, man.
He showed us what he thought about the current position that America is in. Like, it's a whole message that I read between that.
I loved all of that.
And the position that he's in even see it like that.
Yes.
Right?
But,
Like,
but could you not have done that with Kill My Vibe?
That's what I was going to say. I mean, you could have done that with different songs.
You could do that with All Right.
who are you to say that? And who are you to say that? I, much like y'all, hate the set list.
That's the only thing I hate.
Yeah, that's all I'm criticizing.
Cultural means that, listen, when you're on the biggest stage, you're going to have people in China looking like, oh, that's the shit I want to be. Like, culture affects the whole globe when it's at that level. Half of y'all don't know Bad Bunny songs, but you probably know a Bad Bunny song. You think that's when.
And this is where you're wrong. I'm going to tell you. He molds the culture the way he wants it to be. He does the influencing. Whatever song he plays, if it's being advertised, that's what people are going to follow. You don't have to play songs that you believe people are going to follow. You play songs that you know people are going to follow. And on top of that, it's good marketing for all his new songs. Why would he play his old songs? Them songs is already successful. They already platinum. They already went wherever they needed to go. He already made a statement with those songs. This is why dudes like Academics is retarded. Is retarded because they say stuff like this and don't actually elaborate. You already know that he moves the culture forward with whatever he does. So if he's doing songs like that, then that's what that is. You can't be mad at that, saying, "Oh, he should have did this." Why should he have done that? If it worked and it surpassed whatever it was supposed to surpass, why would he have to do it the way you believe he should have done it? He's the one that created the art. He knows what hit. This guy's been making hits forever. He knows what hits. You dudes don't make music besides Joe Buttons. He knows what hits. Oh, you do, Academics, but obviously you don't know what hits because nobody knows what your songs are.
Hits the globe. This is a global performance. So it is a hard task, but you got to figure out a way and walk that thin line of, I'm going to keep it real for all the people culturally watching me because I ain't no sellout. And I'm also going to give a performance that if somebody who there were a lot of, I don't know if you ever been to the Super Bowl, you look around, it's a bunch of executives from successful companies. They're 50-something plus white. They might be there with their kid or their wife. And for them, that's like Saturday Night Live.
And that's exactly why it was so successful. I'm going to tell y'all right now the reason why people like Elon Musk, people like Kendrick, people like anybody you want to think of. I'll even say Drake, right? We'll even throw Drake in there. People like anybody. Eminem, anybody you could think of that's successful. At one point, Drake dared to be different. Then he became whatever he is today. But every one of those people have done something that made them who they is today. Kendrick Lamar has written a part of history that will always solidify him for the rest of his life. You might not like it, he might not like it, they might not like it, but guess what? In 10 years from now, this is going to be a milestone moment in black culture and history. Whether y'all like it or not, it is going to be that. Because people are going to look back and say, yo, I can't believe that he did that at the Super Bowl. That's what's going to happen. So when you got people like academics saying, whoa, this is what they, you don't know. This man is a living, he's a living legend, revolutionary man right now. You're not that. You would never be that because you were too afraid to be that. You would never do something like that. You will always do what you believe is comfortable. The people that do the hardest things are usually the people who stand out for the rest of life in history. Those are the people who stand out in history. People who dare to be different. Steve Jobs, dare to be different. Those are the people who make the hard decisions. You would never do that because you're so easily influenced.
They don't know Euphoria. They might have heard of Not Like Us. They've never heard GNX. But they've heard of Loyalty. And that was the task. You got to do the task. The task
why would he play Loyalty if he's go? This is how stupid these niggas is. Why would he play Loyalty when Rihanna's not going to be on the stage? And on top of that, he already have a female that he's going on tour with NSYNC. Why would he do Loyalty? That's another, bro. Oh my God, bro.
Keep it real. That nobody could call you a sellout. Because you know, as cultural people, we always ready to say you a sellout. But you also gotta keep the performance so good that people, even if they're not inside or privy to what's going on in the culture, they still enjoy the performance. I think he checked only one box. That's a 1 out of 2. It also lacked the pizzazz. Like, I'm sorry, the majority.
Man, shut up. I'm gonna say this, and this is the thing, right? For about 30 years, us as black people put up with all of those different white artists being on the Super Bowl stage. They would never consider a hip hop artist. I'm talking like we had to sit through songs we didn't even know who was singing. We didn't know nothing. We didn't know anything. We didn't know who that person was. We didn't know who that was. We didn't know none of that. So now you're telling me that we have to conform to what everybody else was doing, even though they didn't keep us in mind when they put these people on the stage. That's what this is all about. If you really break it down and think about it, you can't be mad at us or Kendrick Lamar for doing something that's pure black or black music or black inspired when for the whole time you had people doing the same thing when it was rock music or whatever. That's all I'm saying. So how y'all gonna be mad? How y'all gonna be mad at Kendrick Lamar or feel some type of way when he did something that is culturally appropriate for black people? Be mad at people like NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, whoever performed at the Super Bowl, doing culturally appropriated stuff for white people. Like, how y'all gonna be mad at Kendrick for doing something for black people when all for 30 years they've been doing stuff for white people when it comes to the Super Bowl? Like, come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
People don't know why Serena's out there. Because the language you were speaking was only communicative to one group of people, and you already talked to us at the pop-out. I understood. The pop-out was for us. You supposed to perform Not Like Us 5 times over there. You supposed to come out on stage to Euphoria. You supposed to have DeRozan, Crip walking, and Russell Westbrook and everybody there because it all makes sense. But this right here, you missed the mark to impact and further hip-hop on a global scale. So you can...
How stupid these dudes are. Like you don't understand pressure bust pipes. You don't understand when you move, when you make, when you push something a certain way, you force it through. This is gonna go down as one of the greatest things that ever happened in NFL history. I'll even say in America, believe it or not. An artist at this magnitude doing something like that at the Super Bowl, you niggas are so, y'all minds are so minuscule when it comes to stuff like this. It's so crazy to me. How y'all got such a small pea brain. Y'all got such a small pea brain. It's borderline disgusting if you think about it. Because y'all act as if like this guy hasn't been doing stuff like this all his career. And now all of a sudden you're telling him how he should do something. Who are you? This guy is he's one of the most successful artists of all time. And you are sitting here telling me that he's supposed to do it the way you think he should do it? Like, come on, bro. Y'all guys
so extravagant.
Y'all guys will be poor A&Rs. I'm telling you right now. This is why y'all would never be successful at anything. Anything when it comes to this. Maybe talking, that's about it.
And there are different versions of that. Or you could have a universal smash hit. Yeah. Not Like Us is a universal smash hit. Yeah. Like, I was humming it the rest of the day. Yeah. It's so fucking catchy. Yeah. Outside of that, there was no other song that was universal smash hit.
Yeah. And outside of non-hip-hop fans, no one knows Not Like Us.
That's another thing. It's niche. It's like, this is... we were having this conversation the other day. It's like, Bad Bunny is the biggest artist in the world, right? Yeah. He can't do the Super Bowl.
I thought that was dope, too. I think the whole show was pretty cool.
Bad Bunny is not the biggest artist in the world. Let's put that out there. You know what I'm saying? He's one of them, but he's not the biggest artist in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to look at it from the point of view of, you might have, it just depends on what when you say big, but that's another story. You know what I'm saying? It really depends on what you mean by big, but that's another story. But you see what I mean? It's always moving the goalposts when it comes to Kendrick. You have to have a universal smash hit. Like, so it ain't about hits because all of those songs except 3 was hits. But it has to be a universal smash hit now. See what I mean?
Wasn't amazing to me. I didn't love his set. I wish he would have did other songs because he had bigger songs and songs that I think would have been connecting. I think, when you look at If Pie Rules and Crips, All Rule the World, like that song, or Swimming Pools, or Don't Kill My Vibe. There was a lot of songs that he's had.
I think, go ahead. I was going to say, I think a lot of people are arguing about the set list, but for me, I kind of expected Kendrick to come with a message. And when I saw Samuel L. Jackson open it in the conversation that I knew that they were about to have, I knew we was about to get like deep Kendrick, where you gotta like sit and listen. Yes.
Aesthetically, I gave it a 10. You know what I mean? But I agree with Envy. I thought his set list could have been way better. He could have just picked bigger, high energy songs than the ones he did. For example, it was an unapologetically ultra black performance. Imagine if he would have opened up with Black of the Berry.
He opened with like a freestyle that we had never heard before.
Can you imagine if Black of the Berry was the first song on Kendrick's set at the Super Bowl? And
yeah, if you'd have did Black of the Berry, people would have been like, get up out of here, bro. Black of the Berry is not a song you want to perform at the Super Bowl, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe the beginning, I'm saying, but him saying I'm the biggest hypocrite in 2015, I just don't see why he would perform Black of the Berry. No, absolutely not.
Doing joints like Mad Kid, like you said, Envy, Money Trees, Backseat Freestyle, mixed in with TV Off and Humble and Squabble Up. Oh, he would have killed it.
And what I'm saying is, if you get this moment, this big moment, based off of one song, you better have something, because you can't perform this one song 7 times. So you better put together a set list of hits. Because this ain't the time to be performing for think pieces and they didn't get it, went over their head. This ain't the time for that shit.
Yes, it is. Absolutely it is. This is what I mean. Like, these dudes, they so stuck in a box, don't even realize it. This is absolutely the time for that. Because this is when he shines the most. And now guess what? Now everybody's talking about it. Whether they liked it or loved it or hated it, they all talking about it. And you know what? People are going to go back and look now. Now they're going to do research now. Because people are going to be curious of why this is what it is and why people talking about it. Listening to people like Maul and academics will get you nowhere. I'm telling you. Nowhere.
This is the Super Bowl halftime. We got to play the big joker every fucking night. Or every time out, throw the big joker.
On why Jay actually ended up taking this position to change moments like that.
Theories, man. It's always theories, man. Wait, I'm tired of these fucking theories.
I'm talking about your...
That's exact, and that's my point. You're tired of these theories. That's my point. And nobody's tired of them but you. You want things that's like that. What they call instant gratification. That's you. And Kendrick is delayed gratification. Believe it or not. But you want instant gratification. All y'all do. All y'all do. Y'all so stuck in this instant gratification thing. So
It's dead quote of Jay taking over to make sure people are represented in the NFL.
Cool. Great.
Isn't that the point of what Jay was trying to do? Shit like this?
I'm glad. Listen, I'm happy.
Having security tackle somebody with a Palestinian flag.
I'm happy to see rappers.
If you want to hear Tim McGraw on his hits again, man, all right, cool. I don't particularly care. I like Peekaboo. I love that it was at halftime.
That's great. Great for you.
Smoke. He's smoking you, Maul, because he's telling the truth. All y'all complained about the NFL not having representation for black people, and then once we get Jay-Z in there and he gets representation, he puts one of the most iconic black artists on the stage who does something that I believe that's going to move the culture forward as far as us as black people, and y'all mad about it. Y'all saying he should have performed more hits, even though y'all all stand against commercial music and y'all hate the industry, but now y'all saying he should be more industry. It's just retarded, bro.
I'm happy to see any rapper. I'm happy to see any rapper get the Super Bowl stage. What I'm saying is, if you are lucky enough to get that stage, you better have the fucking set list to back it up. You better have the catalog to back it up. You better have the fucking performance ability to back it up. This ain't the time for theories and think pieces. Don't tell me, I missed the choreographer that did this because that represents. I don't care about all of that shit.
Yeah,
what does
we know? We know you don't care about it. That's why you where you at and he where he at. We know. We all know. We know.
Music sound like? You got to give me consistent, undeniable hit records from the time you touch that stage to the time you leave. This is the Super Bowl halftime performance. Everybody's watching this. We don't have time for, this is a hidden gem, a hidden message, right? And we don't got time for that here.
Now, Punch TDE went on to address all these criticisms about the set list. He said, seeing all of the commentary surrounding the Super Bowl performance, it's showing that we lost sight of what we've always fought for, to be who we are as artists of hip-hop culture. There's that buzzword culture again, you guys. Now, Punch says, since when did we want to fit in with the mainstream? Sure, we want mainstream platforms, but only to do us. Authentically us. That's what always made hip-hop so appealing. Then a fan tells Punch, I think social media does a great job of amplifying the negative echo chambers of people's opinions because that's what keeps people hooked on these platforms. Punch says, of course, I'm just speaking on a few comments from prominent hip-hop voices. Now, I'll be honest with you guys.
Now, that's 100% facts. That's a fact. All of this time we've been fighting for us to be recognized and be us recognized, not be commercially mainstream recognized. And now you got an artist who literally does that, and y'all are upset about it because he's not more commercial. That's why I said most of you dudes are hypocrites, man. You're hypocrites. Y'all fucking hypocrites, man. But let's keep going a little bit more.
Not too much of a fan of Punch coming online to explain the true meaning of why the set list was chosen. The one thing people like about Kendrick is that he's mysterious. He doesn't tweet. He's not on social media like that. All he does is just drop music with meaning and leaves everybody scrambling to figure out why he did it. So you coming on here to explain to us why he chose the set list that he chose, it kind of ruins that mystique for certain people.
I think you're wrong about that. I don't know, maybe he did it in another post, but this post doesn't explain anything. He's just basically saying how he doesn't like what people are. Maybe you saying he shouldn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's saying that. But I could have sworn in another video you saying people got some explaining to do. I don't know. But I don't know. We just going to there anyway. So, but yeah, man. All I'm going to say is I like the set list. I watched it over and over again. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was beautiful. I thought that was a proper representation of us, whether you like it or not. And guess what? I see a lot of white people coming around now. I see a lot of white people saying, I didn't even know who Kendrick Lamar was, but he put me on to some stuff. I see that now. So, But thank y'all for joining me, man. After hours, you know what it is. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I had to do some finagling because my something happened to my webcam, but it's working now. Not the webcam, but I got some things to work. So look, we're gonna get to it, man. I'll be back with another one. Make sure y'all go check out Torture Talk, the regular show. I'll be back on tomorrow morning, hopefully. And yeah, see y'all. Peace, bye.